Hi, I want to talk about Broadway musicals and ChatGPT. Okay, so like everyone else, I went on and I made a ChatGPT account and I tried it. I typed in one question and the result came back and I was really I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting what I got, which was really robust language, succinct description, exactly what I asked for. I was really surprised. I paused and I immediately thought of a class I took in college. You may or may not know that my degree is in technical theater and I had to take a graduate course in Broadway musicals. So in my graduate course, we discussed a musical called Pacific Overtures. Overtures is a Stephen Sondheim production, so it was a very well-known, very successful play. The musical is about the Western invasion of Japan. And so that's kind of all you need to know. The set design was what we were focusing on because the teacher of this class was a set designer, a very talented one. And he gave a quote from the set designer that is immediately what came to mind when I thought of when I had that experience with ChatGPT. Okay, so when Pacific Overtures was being designed, the Xerox machine was brand new technology. And what this designer did for the main rag or the big curtain in the play is he took traditional Japanese kimonos and he used the Xerox machine to create a large pattern to print onto the main rag or the main curtain that would be down at the beginning, at the end, and in intermissions. And that was a profound experience for him because he saw that the machine was becoming part of the art. So Xerox machines at the time were very complex, very hard to get, very expensive. They're still pretty expensive, but he had rented a machine to use for this huge production. And when he started copying these unique, seeped in tradition, beautiful garments on the Xerox machine, he noticed that the machine was becoming part of the art and that the user of the machine had to have a vision or else the machine would take over. You can see how this connects with my experience with ChatGPT. What I found was, and I think what we all kind of are feeling, is are we being taken out of the equation? Is the human element leaving the room? And that's not something that I have enough insight to fully disclose, but I am always comforted by a historical perspective that lets me know that this internal struggle has been going on for a long time. So all the way back when the release of Pacific Overtures, which I believe was at least 50 years ago, they were wrestling with how technology was changing art. So I think technology is still changing our expression, our self-expression. It's changing the way we consume information. That has been happening for a long time. And the way that I think that I will continue to use ChatGPT is with a strong vision of how I want it to be a part of my vision and my mission to make money. Now, obviously, we know that there are people out there spamming the heck out of the internet, and that's what they're using ChatGPT for. And they're just spamming, and this lets them spam faster than they've ever spammed before. And we'll see that continue. But I'm not convinced that the human element will ever be completely removed in my lifetime. Like, yes, the way we interact with each other, the way we interact with information has changed, will continue to change. But I like to think of that set designer with the Xerox machine and the traditional Japanese prints and patterns and how they worked together to create something that was meaningful but spoke to like a deeper reality. So as I start to work with ChatGPT, and I have been when I can get in because it's so slammed and it's hard to get in, when I get into ChatGPT, I like to think of it as a dance with a machine. And I know that WP Eagle has already been talking about this, but I have a vision for what I want to convey to my audience. And I can use the machine to convey that meaning in a more powerful way than I will. But the beauty of the information and where it started, or the beauty of those traditional kimonos in this set design, is changed through the use of the machine, but it doesn't take away from the beauty that was kind of the seed. So I know this is kind of heady. If you're usually here for my homeschool content, you may not be familiar with ChatGPT, but you should know that ChatGPT is coming into the classroom quite a bit. So you might want to give it a quick Google. But for my blogging friends, I know that everyone is talking about it. And I thought that my story might just be an interesting little piece to add to the conversation. Thanks so much.